here from the Potter's Adventures. So today we're going to do the sanding. The weather is still a bit temperamental. It's got sun and then a bit of a rain cloud coming through, but we'll just see how we go. I'm going to put the filler hose in today as well with the fill line. I've just started to pack it up on the boat because the hull is still a little bit damp. I want to make sure it's nice and dry. When the sun fully comes out, I'll get the sanding a go. So yeah, stay tuned please. Fill line here. The fill line, what I've got is a 10mm. You can get an 8mm. Make sure you get a unleaded or petrol resistant fill line. Don't go too cheap on it. Make sure you get a decent one. Only reason is because this is your main source of fuel. You don't want to put it in and then you're going to get cracks and the UV or the sun is going to blister it, so you don't want any of that. Make sure you get a good fill line. I've got as well the filler hose filler, so that's where you put your nozzle in. I've got some chrome ones, but these is just a temporary because when I get the boat painted, it doesn't matter, a bit of overspray or it's going to go around there. So I'm just going to use that for now. Then I've got my fuel sender for the 110 litre tank. So I've got one filler hose here, which is the one fill tank. That's going to be the 60 litre one. And then this other filler hose here is the first fill tank, which is this one here. It's the 110 litre. And then you've got your fuel line there, and then your breather over there. So all this is going to run through a hole, what I'm going to drill from here straight out here. So this filler hose will connect to there. I'm going to block one of these off. One will be for the fill line, and then the other one's a breather. And these, with the other ones, what's going to come through is going to sit through this channel up into here where it was the existing fill line and breather hose. And then I'm going to run it through down to the back. I've done a marking, so I've just done a pilot hole because that's where I want my cap to be, filler hose cap. Done one on the other side as well. That will just give me a marking, so then when I go on the outside, I'm going to make sure that it's dead center. What I meant was on this side here, I want to make sure that it's nice in center. So I'm going to put a tape measure on it, and then I'm going to do the other sides. I know that when I cut my hole, it's going to be nice in the center. As you can see, so because I did my mark where the filler hose is, I just done a temporary hole, but that's actually what I want. It's 8.5 centimeters from top to bottom here. Done it exactly the same the other side. So when I'm going to put my hole saw through there, it's going to be exactly even both sides.
I marvel in your eyes, swimming in your sky. I've never been this high or this high. You feel like kryptonite, sparks fly like dynamite, reflecting in your light, beaming bright. You know I'm so much stronger when you're touching me. A power I can't handle, but I know I need. One look and I'll surrender. You're why my heart beats. From day one to forever, you'll be saving me. You'll be saving me.
Now of actually how thick the Voyager's side walls are. That's full fibreglass, that. I've just sucked all the water out because we had a bit of rain. Here this was all covered, but just making sure if any rain did go in there, I've got it all out, so I just got the vacuum, just sucked it all in, and yeah, just done a bit of a clean up. So I'm just going to drill a hole here, and I can get that filler hose in and get this other tank connected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some black sticker flex just around here, so when I put my hose on with the hose clamp, I'm going to seal it just for any movement or anything. It's just going to be sealed because it is a rubber sealant, and I'm just waiting on my better hose clamps to come, so I'll just use some standard ones for now, and then we'll replace them with the Trident ones.
But I know I need one look
So I've got the filler hose in now, both sides. Just put a bit of that Sikaflex just around it, just to seal it a bit better. And that one runs up there. I've just done a small hole here where I'm going to just put a bit of corrie in, and then I'll put my fill hose because I don't want any movement or any of the fiberglass to, over the time, to rub on the hose. And I don't want any leaks. So I'm just going to do that both sides. Other side now, so I'm just going to put the piece of corrie on. So just to show you, I've got the corrugated here. I've just split it in the middle because obviously 10mm here is going to be nice and tight. I'm just going to put it where I do need it, and then that will go inside the hole, and I'll just put a bit of Sikaflex around it. So I've just drilled another hole there. This one's for this breather, but I do see that this breather is quite long, so I'm just going to cut it, and then I'll put this breather hose in. All connected, blocked off that hose for the auxiliary. That one is the fuel tank for the second fuel tank hose, breather hose, filler hose. Comes through to here. This is the main tank hose, what's going to go to the outboard, well, the fill filter. That one is breather, other breather with filler hose going to the top there, other one up to there. I just gave it a nice clean with the sharp blade, like standing knife, scraper, and now just gave it a light sand. Made sure nothing went in there, like no dust. So I'm just going to seal that now with a bit of that Sikaflex, and then I'm going to put it all in place. My holes line up. I'm just going to put these seals on. So I'm going to put some of that black Sikaflex down on the bottom, and then I'll seal each hole of them. So each 5 holes, I'll just put a bit around where the screw is going to go, and I'll do them too because you just want it pretty much watertight. So if any fuel is going to be splashing around, you don't want no fuel to come out of the tank. Alrighty, just like that, I'm going to pop it in with the screws, and I'll give you the end result. Voila, there it is. All in, sealed. Center's not going to go anywhere. So this line, it's obviously going to go to my gauge, which will sit up near the top of the cab. Kind of out a section now that's going to be the top where the fuel tank, the top cover for the fuel tank. I'll quickly cut this out and I'll show you what I mean. This is that top what I was talking about. So I'm just going to screw this in nicely so that hose can bend. I've screwed it all in place. Just put an extra one in here, only because that filler hose for that bend, don't want it to pop up. So I've done the top here now for where the filler hose is and the breather. I'm not going to cover this because that's where the upholstery will sit. The upholstery will come down here, cover that, and then go down to there, down to the floor. Just going to do the other side now. I've got that all now in. I'm going to just fiberglass that. Just going to give this a little quicker vacuum, and I'm going to cut this board here because from here I'm just going to put a piece of wood across here, just where my foot is. So I'm going to divide that because I'm going to close this up, and then I'll have the back here, the battery compartment. I don't want to put it right at the back, so found this will be a little better, a better place. So I'm just gonna quickly mark it out, and then yeah, it'll be good. So what I'm gonna do is now I'm just gonna connect my fuel sender wire. I'm gonna run it through here because it's gonna go up to the top where my wiring's gonna be. So I'm just gonna take this, undo these screws, we'll put some Marin power cable. It's a tin copper. Make sure it is tinned because it doesn't corrode. Just connected it. I'm just going to give it some insulation tape now, just nice and tight, and that will last for a long time, just like that. So I'm now going to put it all the way up to the top, and I'm going to close the board off. There we are. Just going to coil that up, and then yeah, once it's all painted, put all the stuff on and I can connect it. So I'm just going to fiberglass all this now and just quickly vacuum. Cut this board. Alright, so I'm going to be making that divider where the fuel tank and the batteries are going to sit. So I'm just going to cut this out, fit it in place, and then I'll fiberglass it. I'm ready to fiberglass now this in place. So I'll just do this and I'll show you. So I've put the hatch on now, that's the second fuel tank all closed. I've just screwed it in. I'm not going to fiberglass it in because if I ever need to get to it, then I can just unscrew it. This is going to be the battery box. I'm going to have a bung there as well. There's a bung on the other side as well with that fuel tank. Here I'm going to put about 25, maybe 32, yeah, 32 mil conduit. I'm just going to run a straight conduit just straight through here. That's going to protect those hose lines, those fuel hoses. And then I'm just gonna, yeah, put this as a door, like a hatch, you know, open shut. Put 2 hinges there. I kind of ran out of time, but I started fiberglassing all those edges. I did resin the top just to seal the marine ply. I started here just to fiberglass this last little bit. This here doesn't need to be perfect because it's going to be carpeted. It's going to be carpet around there. It's going to be some nice chrome edging going around here. And then yeah, all I need to do is now just finish that off. That won't take long. I just need to get some more ply, cut the ply into into the shapes, and then seal off my hatch there where my plastic hatch is going to go at the front there. And then yeah, just put my little circle inspection hatch here, inspection hat. That's for my fuel sender. So I've just taped all this up now, just so no rain can get into it. It was actually quite a warm day. I only did a little bit of sanding, but my main priority was trying to get these fuel tanks in. The filler hose, the hose, fuel hose, breathers, and the part of the top to seal it off. There's probably about 2 more episodes left, and then yeah, it's going to the paint shop. So next episode, I'll get the belt sander from work. Thanks to Ken Tie. I'm gonna throw a 120 grit on it and just smash the hard top. That's all it needs now, is just give it a light 120. Hey? Alright, I'll get you one. The last episode will be just finish the last little bit of touch-ups. And then yeah, take it to the paint shop. But yeah, I did this one here. That's just a temporary filler hose. That's what both sides is like. So when the paint's going to go there, they can just spray around that, and then I'll put the new one in. Alright, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, notification, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.